Welcome back. This is going to be another interesting video. Today we are here with another interesting topic, and as you read it from thumbnail, common mistakes that most women make in relationship. I don't want to use the word women because not all of the women may be a victim of some of these errors, but most of the women fall victim of common mistakes in relationship that before they get their fingers around it is laid. So today we will look at some of these mistakes. But before we go into it, you see, relationship are the building block of life that help us to enhance the fulfillment and the expressions of our purpose through love and communication. Every one of us, every single one of us desire a very unique relationship. And relationships are not until they are built. So when we are trying to build this relationship, some of the errors that we make can be very common, sometimes knowingly or sometimes unknowingly. But in spite of whether we know that we are making these errors or not, when we fall victim of them, they may likely lead us to starting all over again. And this is why most of the time we establish relationship from one relationship to another, from one relationship to another. And if we are not sensitive enough, we might keep repeating these mistakes. So it is vital for us to be very sensitive and be aware of some of these mistakes that we always or we may fall victim of. Relationships are the key foundation to life and the expressions of our purpose and our value. Every person desires to be in a relationship, but relationships are not until when they are built. So in the process of building this relationship, we may fall victim of errors that could cause us to repeat the process of building relationship over and again, especially when it comes to intimacy or the act of being in a proximate relationship with a person. Thank you. God bless you. If you are just joining us for the very first time, kindly subscribe to this channel as a way of helping us to grow and spread to many other audiences. Today we are discussing common mistakes that women make in relationship. And as we have discussed, relationships are key to life. So in the process of building this relationship, there are some errors that we can fall victim of. Number one, errors that women usually make in a relationship, and sometimes not knowingly, is expecting the men to read their mind and to know exactly what they are thinking. Most of the time, women have this perception that if you love me, you're supposed to know what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and everything that's happening with me, you're supposed to know them. And this can be very intriguing, and it can be very troubling for both parties because it causes resentment, it causes strife and contention, because not all the time a person loves you may know exactly what you feel, how you're feeling, what's happening within you. So the ability to express what you're going through may help to ease tensions between the both parties. Most of the time, women tend to have the perception that if you love me, you must know what I'm going through. That, oh, you asking me how I'm feeling. Don't you know how I'm feeling? No, you have to open you have to open up and express how you're feeling, what's going on with you, so that the person can know and be able to adjust to how they can be able to match your emotion. In as much as it is better to express yourself, it will help the person to know what type of emotion to respond to you with. That's the first error that usually women make in relationship. Number two error that usually women make in relationship is failing to acknowledge the purpose, the mission, or the passion of the man that they are in relationship with. In as much as we want to focus on this relationship as we are building, is the building block of the long-lasting relationship we desired is acknowledging the purpose and the value of one another. Most of the time, women slightly forget about the value and the interest of what the man is passionately in love with. And let me tell you, this is it. Men are vision oriented. If you want to become in the life of a man consistently, it is interesting to know what he actually loves. I mean, it could be career, what he's pursuing, what he's going after. Because men are program oriented. A man will say, okay, at this time of my life, I am going to chase this, and in the next time of my life, I'm going to chase this. So if a man come after you, just know that at that time of his life, you are the priority. That doesn't mean that he has forsaken everything. But at that moment, he placed you at the forefront. So after he has succeeded in winning you over to him, for you to become a major part of his life is to find out what next is his forefront objective, and then be a part of that. So if a man places you first before everything when he's chasing you, just know that when he have gotten you, you're not going to consistently be the first thing on his list. So for you to be consistently part of his life, you have to figure out what is it that he's after. And when you find out what he's after, be a part of that. And you will consistently be the center of his life. So, number 2 errors that usually women make is forgetting or not focusing on what he's passionate about, not focusing on his dream. One of the most mistakes that women will always make, or usually most women make in relationship, is the desire to change a man. And this can be too soon, or it might be later. The desire to change a man will always cause you a problem. And it have caused many to lose wonderful and meaningful relationships that should have been a blessing to them in long term. Listen, in as much as we want people to be just the way we think, just the way we want them to be, to dress the way you can't change people. The worst thing you can do is to try to change a man. The worst thing you can do as a woman is to try to change a man. Don't never try to change a man. The easiest way you can change the things that you don't like about him is by changing a version or presenting a version of yourself that will cause him to change through influence. So you can change a man, but it has to be not at the matter of you desiring to change him completely of his personality. Because if you fell in love with this man, I believe it is his personality that you saw and you fell in love with him. So if you fell in love with him based on his personality, where does the idea come from that you want him to change? Yes, I believe that in the head of every woman there is a particular picture. And this is not just woman, it's also in the head of men. Every one of us have a spec. So sometimes we end up settling for what we did not get. If we don't get what we want, we end up settling for what is available. But in the process, thinking that, okay, I will settle for this man and I will change him to be the type of man I want him to be, it can always caused problem for many wonderful relationships. So instead of trying to change him, you can influence his attitude, you can influence his personality, you can influence the way he speaks, you can influence, if you don't like his body posture, if you don't like the way he dresses, if you don't like the way he talks, you can do it by presenting a version of yourself that he may likely mimic. Instead of presenting a type that you want to change him completely, that can be kind of intriguing. Another wonderful area that women slightly make error is undermine his masculinity. We now live in a world that is full of feminine energy, and every man is very sensitive. So I should say allergic to the aspect of women wanting to strive in the energy of femininity. So if you are a woman who is always in an attitude of undermining the masculinity of a man, it's going to cause you problem in a relationship. What are some of the ways that you can undermine the man masculinity? Asking him questions or correcting him in public on areas that he make errors that you think he did not handle right, and you try to correct them so quickly, especially in the front of people. If you find out that the man is weak in certain areas, that become a very key area for you to influence his life and gain access to his masculinity, but not aspect of trying to undermine his manhood or his man power. This can be negative if you try to correct a man in public, if you try to correct him negatively, if you try to criticize him on things that he did not do right. This will cause you problem in relationship. It has caused many to lose wonderful relationship. And it is better to handle this properly, because you can correct a man, you can highlight things for a man. As a matter of fact, that is the essence of relationship, because we as human, we cannot be 100% correct. So when you find out that he's lacking some potential in certain areas, you can find a way to correct him and not just to criticize him negatively. Another area that women always slightly make errors, whether knowingly or unknowingly, is the lack of self-improvement. There is a saying that says, women are meant to be chased. But you as a woman, even when you are in the middle of a relationship, you have to remain chaseable. What do I mean by that? You were presenting yourself to a man, or when he was chasing you, there's a way you were packaging or carrying yourself. So what happened now that you are in the middle of a relationship, or you got married, and you forget about the aspect of being chaseable? Being chaseable is the same way you were making up when he was chasing you. Even when you are in the middle of the relationship, always continue to improve yourself, because people can outgrow people. So in a relationship, you must remain chaseable. Always improve yourself. Add value to yourself. If you add value to yourself, it makes the man to see you from different perspective. It makes the man to desire you all the time. Because he's not just with you because of sex, he's going to be with you because of the value that you've added to yourself. Before a man break out with a woman, he sit down and calculate some of these things. If he calculates everything and he see that everything he can get from you is just about your physical presentation, and every other thing is a degradation to his value, he's going to go away. So improve yourself. And when you are improving yourself, make sure you understand and you consider his areas of interest and his areas of value. Find out what are the type of presentation he wants, and improve in these areas. And lastly, one of the areas that women always make mistake is putting pressure too soon, desiring more very early. You might find a wonderful man, or you might be in a relationship with a wonderful guy who is a gift from God to you, but at that present moment, he may not be in a position to provide all your needs and wants. So what do? You need to be patient to grow with him. Relationship is not about changing people, it's about growing people. It's about two people desiring to grow together. It's not about one person trying to change another person to be like them or to talk like them, but it's about two people desiring to grow together. It is not the aspect of bringing two complete people together, but two uncompleted people having come together to grow together. So we said some of the common mistakes that women make in relationship. Number one, we said expecting for the man to read your mind. Most women expect their man to read their mind if the man loves them. If you say you love me, you must know what I'm going through. If you say you love me, how come you cannot understand everything that's happening with me? No, you have to be able to communicate. This is the key of communication. Communication is one of the greatest foundations for relationship. So you don't expect the man to know exactly what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what's going on with you. Another area we talk about is failing to acknowledge his purpose, failing to acknowledge what his vision and motives are, what he desires to pursue. So I hope this is going to be a blessing to you. God bless you. And if this is your first time here, kindly subscribe, like, leave your comment below. Thank you for watching. God bless you.